Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to program in Align ESC. First thing you've got to know, you're going to have your ESC plugged in here to your throttle channel in your receiver. Make sure, right now I'm going to program it with the motor out of the helicopter, but if you want to program it with the motor in the helicopter, you'll actually get some louder beeping sounds emitted as it reverberates through the frame. But make sure you take the pinion off or back the motor up so that it's not connecting with the gear, so that the gear mesh is not making any contact, because you don't want to accidentally spin up the helicopter and create any problems and get hurt. Just remember safety first when you do this. What's going to happen is when you do the programming, you get a certain number of beeps that come from the motor that tell you how it's being programmed. So you actually have to make sure that you're plugged into the motor. So you can't actually do the programming without it. For the setup, once you're already bound to the receiver, you want to make sure you've got your throttle curve. 0, 50, 100, or 0, 25, 50, 75, 100. A perfectly linear throttle curve, because you're going to be using the throttle stick, and it's going to be high, middle, low to do the programming. Also make sure that your travel adjust on the throttle channel is at 100 high and 100 low. Okay, so once we do that, make sure we're in normal mode. We're going to check the throttle channel. Make sure that we've got the right channel. The ESC is going to make a certain sound when it's in programming mode and a certain sound when it arms. When it's in programming mode, you start it up with the stick at full throttle and it'll go like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, make a sound, and then kind of waits for you to go to low throttle and then enters programming mode. If it makes a different sound and then starts doing different beeps, it tells you what programming mode it's at. And there's usually 5 different modes for each ESC: brake, timing, cutoff for the battery, the aircraft mode, and throttle response. Except for like some of them have a 6th option here, which would be the BEC output voltage, so the output voltage that comes out of the internal BEC. So for like a TRX 250, you'll have that 6th option. Okay, so we're going to check the throttle channel. We're at low throttle. We're going to apply power to the ESC here. Okay, so that's the arming sound. So it tells me I'm in first, second mode. I've got 2 beeps. Third mode, number 1. Okay, so that means it's armed and it's ready to go. So my throttle channel is actually correct. Let's see how we get into programming mode. Put your stick full throttle, your normal mode, and you want to power it up, the ESC, while it's at full throttle. Enter programming mode. Now, listen to that sound. Doo 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 doo. That means it's entering programming mode. So it's going to make another sound. Go down. And then it's going to enter programming mode. So that first beep, that one beep, means I'm at the first mode, which is the brake. And I want it to be low stick. So I'm going to keep it low. Okay. Now it's going to do 2 beeps. So it's in the second mode, timing. I want mid timing, so I'm going to go mid stick. Okay, so now it's going to go 3 beeps for the third mode, which is the cutoff. 1, 2, 3. And I want mid voltage protection. So I'm going to leave it there at mid stick. Registers. So now it's going to beep 1, 2, 3, 4 times for the aircraft mode. Okay, and I'm going to leave this mid stick also for heli 1 with soft cutoff. The third one has the soft start, or with a soft start. This one also has soft start with the governor mode. Third one, fifth one, throttle response. So fifth mode, and I want quick speed, so I'm going to give it high stick. Okay, so now it's through the programming mode. You can unplug it. And this is the setup we've got. For the first option, when it had one beep on the brake, we did disabled, which is low stick. Second one, actually second, third, and fourth, we all did mid. I did mid timing, mid voltage protection, and soft start without governor. And the first one in that mode would be no soft start, airplane mode. Next one would have a governor. And the fifth one, throttle response, we did quick speed because we want the throttle to react pretty quick. This is a typical helicopter setup, and these are also the default settings. So I'm just using the default settings on this one right now. Depending on your preference, you might have different ones that you want to do. So we're going to check, now that the programming actually took the way we wanted it to, we're going to plug it in with the throttle at low stick, and then we should hear the startup, and then we should hear one beep, and then two beeps, and then two beeps, and then two beeps, and then three beeps to tell us what we've got programmed. Because we've got the first, the second, and then third. So let's power it up and check it out. Okay, so one beep, which is the brake, disabled, timing, mid, battery cutoff, mid, aircraft mode, mid, throttle response, 3 beeps, quick speed. So now it's armed and it's ready to go, and if I start applying the throttle, it should start spinning up, and with a slow start. Okay, so that's how you do the programming for the Align ESC. If you have any questions, feel free to ask on my channel, and I'll do whatever I can to help. All right, bye.